Okay, let me give you my answer to this question, which is asked all the time. Can I hug my child when they're having a tantrum, or am I actually reinforcing the tantrum? So first and foremost, let's back up a little bit. Let's reframe our understanding of a tantrum so that you will have a clear understanding of why my answer is my answer to this question. So I think most of us perceive tantrums as a poorly behaved child or bad behavior, and I'm going to put air quotes around that. Tantrums are not bad behavior. Tantrums are usually a response to a boundary that was set by you or by some circumstance that is resulting in your child having to work through an outcome they don't want. So you say no to something that they want. You tell them it's time to put something that they really, really love away. It's time for them to stop playing. It's time for them to come and do an unenjoyable task. Whatever the thing is, it's an outcome they don't want to have to go through. This elicits an emotion. The emotional response is not managed because they're developing the ability to regulate their emotions. So most parents will believe that you have to stop the tantrum, punish the tantrum, because they see the tantrum as poor behavior. But actually, the tantrum is just their emotional response as they gain the ability to regulate their emotions. So back to the question, can I hug my child when they're having a tantrum? Yes, you can. And no, it does not reinforce the tantrum. The only way we reinforce a tantrum is by doing this. It's when you change the outcome. So what does that look like? If your child says, if you say, no, you can't have a popsicle right now because we're going to have dinner in a few minutes, and your child has a big tantrum as a result. So now the outcome is they have to wait to have the popsicle until after dinner or whatever the case is. So now let's say you're struggling with the fact that this tantrum is happening. So you might say something like, okay, fine, just today I will let you have the popsicle, but from now on, you know you have to eat dinner first. Or we can have a hyper reaction where we get escalated with our child and we say something like, you know what, if you're going to cry every time I say no, you're not going to have popsicles at all. And now we go into sort of this really all or nothing kind of response. This also causes our child to escalate because one, we're not centered, we're not regulated, and we're not calm. And two, we're handing out punishments that really don't even make a lot of sense. And three, our child senses and feels that when we're escalated, they need to escalate too as a means to either defend themselves or they're just upset with the new boundary that you've set. So ultimately, what reinforces tantrums is when kids see that their tantrum has the ability to change the outcome. If they see the outcome doesn't change and our boundary just stays really consistent and we follow through, remain calm, recognize the emotion that they're experiencing. I know it's so hard when we don't get what we want. I get that, but we just can't have a popsicle right now. Then your child begins to learn how to self-regulate because they endure the emotion, work through the emotion, and get themselves to calm down. So yes, hug your child if that helps them, and don't give it a second thought.